Alright, so I'm doing this video to ask y'all, is there really a balance? And by balance, I mean a balance between the good that goes on in this earth, and the evil that goes on in this earth. So, I'm gonna just mention a few things. Like, as y'all know, if you've been following the channel or not, a long time subscribers, I don't really watch television, like, barely at all. But, other than what I'm finna mention, actually, occasionally, two things actually. Occasionally, I'll watch, if I feel like it, a NBA game. Other than that, the only other thing that I sit down and watch is the ID channel, Identification Discovery. I think, in my opinion, that's one of the best things on television. You can, if you have, eyes to see and analyze, you can pick up on things. So there was like this serial killer marathon they were running, and they were mentioning a lot of individuals, Caucasian individuals, and I noticed a lot about a lot of things, right? They skim over the important parts, but I'm gonna get to that later. So I watched about 3 episodes. There was some real sick individuals on there, bro, that I've never heard of. Some in California. But it tripped me out because I'm like, okay, individuals are around here killing 7 females. A majority of these people's victims are women. And they brought up an episode in which there was this Golden State Killer. I've heard of the arrest, like, last 2 weeks or so. It was like last week when he got caught. They already have victims to talk to. They already have a whole episode and a whole thing around it. They already have Hollywood people coming out and taking credit for things and giving credit to deceased wives who had nothing to do with the film, who overdosed on drugs, but yet are getting the praise in the media because they're trying to make a film out of this. And that's for a reason. I'm going to get into that later. I'm not going to say too much on here. But with this Golden State Killer thing, right? Individual is killing women and raping them and killing men as well if they interfere. Sneaking into homes from the 70s till the 80s. I think a good 5-year span. I think longer than that. Probably wrong about that. But it's the 70s and the 80s, without a shadow of a doubt. And every time you watch something in the media, they fail to mention how this dude is getting away for so long. When I watched the documentary that they were showing on television, ID channel, they never mentioned that dude was a cop. They never mentioned that he had a military background and he was in Vietnam. So then, after that, I watch all of that. I do my research on it. I notice a lot of things. So then I start watching other, documentaries on YouTube about serial killers. This time, black ones. Ones that's killing women in the hood, the Jacksonville killer. I think Wayne Williams had a military background. And a lot of other individuals. There was this one in the serial killer in Spokane, Washington. That dude with the 2 daughters and the baby child, the baby boy. That serial killer right there. Military background, the white man. And they're killing prostitutes, right? But what you realize is this. Dude was a cop, right? Golden State Killer. He was a cop. And then this whole day, what had me researching this is that growing up in Los Angeles, I grew up on Figueroa Street. You feel me? And that's the prostitute. That's the blade. That's the track. Feel me? That's where they make their money at. So, growing up, you hear, like, at night, hear girls running from the police. You hear girls running from whatever. They hide behind cars in the parking lot. They hide. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! The police driving by real slow. You hear their heels clacking and all this. You hear them getting smacked up by pimps. You hear them fighting other prostitutes for that street. All that. That's late at night, like 12, 1, 2 in the morning. So in the daytime, you know what I'm saying, growing up, they come around. I seen girls like, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna say no names on here, but a black girl older than me used to wear the pink hair, used to carry ninja blades and ninja stars in her purse. She told us one time, and also other girls that work on the street, you feel me? They told us we around them. I'm around all the big dudes on the block. And she talking to them about, you know, the police. She was telling us what they do. They be trying to take individuals to jail or they want services, aka free sex. So that in my mind, I was like, oh, we already know these motherfuckers crooked. But that right there was like, okay, that's some weird shit. So what they capable of, they know their power in the community. And it's a code, you know what I'm saying? It's a blue code in there where police don't tell on other police. Rampart Division shows you that. And the officer whose heart exploded when bringing evidence about Biggie Smalls' murder and Tupac's murder shows you that as well. That's Russell Poole. Detective Russell Poole was killed. But they know, you know what I'm saying? There's a code under this. And also another thing that I'm not trying to mention is the MK Ultra shit. Jeffrey Dahmer even had a, you know, short stint with the army. You know what I'm saying? If you put this together and you understand that all of these individuals have military backgrounds like that, and the fact that dude in Golden State was running around breaking in people's homes and killing them for so long and raping women for so long, and the whole time he was living in that city, that's some crazy stuff. And then I'm just like thinking about everything. Like during the 70s, 80s, and 90s, you had, you know, the Skid Row Slicer that was killing homeless people in LA for a long time. You had the Night Stalker, who them East LA dudes got him out the way, you feel me? Running around raping and killing women. Then you had what's the old boy in LA, man? I can't even think of his name, bro. The South Central dude that was raping women and then taking pictures of them, of the victims he killed, the prostitutes that he would kill, and have them all in his fucking house, and he lived a normal life for 30-something years. That individual black man. All of these individuals, bro, up to like dozens of bodies, killing women from the 80s. Then think about it even more. I could go into something else too with this. It's crazy. This world is like, people want to talk about a balance. You know, stories of serial killers. I remember when I used to watch stuff on this one website. I can't even think of the name of it, but they used to bring up stories about, you know, all of the crimes that would go on in Brazil. And one of them was a 12-year-old boy, I think 12 or 13 years old. And all of their names be De Santos or something like that. De Santos. In Brazil, those be the ones, like, you know, committing crimes a lot. Every time you see their name, it be them. And one crime was a 13-year-old boy running the streets of Brazil or whatever. And he was a crackhead. Been doing it for years. So he buys crack from this 17-year-old. This 17-year-old ends up killing him, beating him to death. So the cops arrest this 17-year-old, and he confesses to 12 more murders. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking about that. Like, think about that environment in which you can coexist in that as a youngin'. Like, that's their lifestyle, and you know, nobody has got him back yet. So there's worse people out there than him. But for him to, you know what I'm saying? It's just wild, bro. I think about that a lot. And to think that this world is supposed to be so sophisticated, but yet things like this happen in this world. It's wild to me. People not focusing on the real issues about this. Serial killers are like a majority of them act normal. They they I guess that's that MK. You feel me? I guess that's that MK Ultra shit because a majority of them blend in with the rest of society. You know what I'm saying? Have families, children, and shit. It's wild to me, but the ones that I notice about them, the ones that's killing prostitutes and shit, their reasoning behind that is that they view those women as less than human because they on the street prostituting. They killing runaways and shit, 16-year-old runaways and shit like that. Still going on today. I remember seeing a story on not seeing a story on YouTube. I was doing research, grabbing clips. I was watching. I mentioned this in old videos. I was watching a documentary on a 1970s New Orleans family in the Iberville projects, and one of the recommended videos in the recommended video comment section or section of YouTube was a video in which they was talking about the 1990s or 1980s in New Orleans. So I watch it and I see that they talking about a serial rapist and a serial rapist killer that killed dozens of women, and he's black, and he's just running the streets of New Orleans. And they said he might have vanished away after Katrina, like the mysterious rapes and killings stopped after Katrina. So I was like, that's strange as hell. But shit like that, you know what I'm saying? You never know who really out here, bro. You never fucking really know. But just like the thought that these individuals kill prostitutes because they see them as less than human, not knowing the whole time that these women actually been through things, probably been molested, probably was out of luck in just situations, family fucked up, all type of shit, got children, and just out of desperation and make these moves. Probably were betrusted a boyfriend in a situation where she had a dysfunctional family, and he, had plans on pimping her out the whole time. Shit like that. But yeah, you can't get to that to these sick individuals who feel as if they're superior in being dominating a woman. So my whole day I just been thinking about that shit, and I know other things too, like other females have told me about the shit that goes on, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just reflecting on all of that, like, this shit is really going on. It's a real system of things. And I just wanna, see y'all thoughts on this, bro, because sometimes I just sit back and just reflect on things, and I just analyze it, like, and then I start putting things together, and it starts to make a lot more sense. And a lot of the other things make sense as well. See, serial killers, when they move to big cities and stuff like that and be running around killing, like, you got serial killers in the 80s and 90s and 70s, even today, that are going on. And you think about the drugs that were put in those communities as well. You think about crack cocaine hit Los Angeles first in the 1980s. You think about guns being placed in those environments. They put them there because they see the city is so big that this little thing will go unnoticed. Let's just sabotage it. Oh, they're killing nothing but prostitutes. Or are you killing the prostitutes and using MK as an experiment just to keep it under the radar? You know? It's crazy, bro. And now I'm starting to piece together other things of individuals I've met that were in the military that I've spoken to. I'm starting to piece together that, you know what I'm saying, they're mine. Because there's something strategic when it comes to that shit. Some level of discipline that makes them feel as if, no empathy shown. And it's crazy. It's real crazy. Yeah, that's wild. And now I'm thinking of, just the young hitters I know that's doing life right now. They ain't no serial killers. they exhibit signs of, being unbalanced. You know what I'm saying? Like, you walk up to these individuals, they gonna blow your brains out. You look at them wrong type shit. And they number 16, 17 at the time. Can't even call them serial killers. They're just some motherfuckers that's just fucked up. But these other individuals that you see the interviews of them and how they react when they get caught, they act as if they're just like oblivious to the fact that they're being arrested and they're being charged with these things and being convicted. It's like some type of programming, some type of bipolar, multi-personality shit, some deep dark mind shit. And that's what I talk about too. A lot of y'all don't understand what my video that I just used, you know what I'm saying, that Yu Yu Hakusho with the Cue the Fool songs. My favorite anime of all time is Yu Yu Hakusho. I think that it's better than a lot of these animes, a majority of them. I don't find nothing else. Like, I saw the show as a youngin. The English dub version is better than the Japanese version, even though I never heard the Japanese version. But I'm guaranteeing you, the dialogue that they have and the character analysis, like Sensui. Sensui has like 6 different personalities. He has a serial killer version. He has one that's intelligent and caring. He had a lot of them, and it's like the fact that this is in an anime and it's that deep, and that's not even the only character. All of the characters have like this in-depth personality. You know what I'm saying? From Sakyo, he's a real serial killer in the show. You notice this, and it's like I've never seen an anime like it. Nothing like it, bro. Nothing. And the fact that they actually show the gruesome reality behind things. They show it's like reality. That show to me is more like reality than any other show I've ever seen. Demon Tournament and all that shit. Yeah, okay, whatever. But the rest of it, the character analysis of how people actually, turn out to be the way that they are. That's some deep shit, bro. Some deep shit. And it's just like, I can also mention other things about it, but like the in depth about how they do the scenery. They make it dark on purpose, so you grasp the characterization of this individual and just the feeling in the background. I hate those animes where it just look corny all the time. It looks corny. That's the most raw anime I've seen so far. When it comes to just the storyline and all of that, bro, it's deep. But my OG subs know I've done videos on, Yu Yu Hakusho, all of that. But also, man, I hope y'all make these connections for yourself, because I don't want to have to go too deep into detail. But once you really do, I hate saying I really do research, because people don't really do research. I don't see comments of people actually addressing or putting things together, bro. And if I do put them together, all somebody gonna do is get in their feelings and flag the video. Why do you think I delete videos? When I react to things or, have an opinion on something, I delete the video because this channel is on its second strike. And at any moment, they can, eventually take it down. So what I do is I leave it up for a little while. If y'all don't have it saved, or, the people that re-upload the videos don't re-upload it on their channel, and I'm putting it out there for them individuals to get views. If you know that I have a video in which gets taken down an hour or two later after it's uploaded, and then you don't re-upload it, you knowing that a lot of people didn't see it, that's your chance to get views and subs on your channel, bro. Y'all really be thinking I care that, you know what I'm saying? I don't care. Get the fucking word out there, bro. Niggas be so caught up in shit. Views and all this weird shit, bro. Like views in which, you know what I'm saying? Oh, they're re-uploading my videos. Weird ass shit. It's not about that, bro. Ain't it about the information and getting the word out there, bro? And here's how I see it. What's the point of being silent on this shit? They gonna die any fucking ways. You know what I'm saying? What's the point of being silent on shit? Niggas scared to voice their opinion. Niggas scared to speak out on things because they scared to die. Nigga, we gonna die any fucking ways. But if you made your vows to society, which means marriage or commitment or children, then hey, you live your life how you want. But if you out here, you a young and you ain't got no kids, you not committed, you know what I'm saying, or companionship, then I feel as if you should dedicate your life to the truth. If not, then just be a pawn. You shouldn't even be listening to my shit actually. But a lot of individuals listen to my shit and don't even be like having no plans of speaking out on any fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? And I see it because I ask individuals to get on the show. I get over 1,000 views on the video. Only 6 motherfuckers hit me up to be on the show, on the podcast. So that tells me everything I need to know right there. It's like, okay, a lot of these motherfuckers just don't really want to, you know what I'm saying, speak. Scared as hell. Of course, I know that. From being in high school. Seeing motherfuckers scared to be themselves. Seeing motherfuckers scared to speak out on things. Everybody trying to fit in. And we see what that's causing out here. We see what that's causing. And let me mention something else. I can mention it, bro. Somebody had mentioned to me about, J. Cole on stage performing his song, and somebody runs up there and says, "Eshkere," in a microphone while he's performing. So to me, I was gonna make a video laughing and dying laughing about the situation and telling y'all I told y'all so about this generation of trolls and how it's accepted. Nobody would have thought of doing that to a 50 Cent, to a Pac, to a DMX. You know what I'm saying? You would get stomped. You would probably need ER. You feel me? You would be in the ER is what I'm saying. But for, J. Cole, hey, run up there and scream at Skitty. For Smokepurpp and Lil Pump. And then you got the response, a J. Cole fan showing up to a Smokepurpp show, throwing water on Smokepurpp. This is the stuff that's going on now. Even though at Smokepurpp shows they screaming, fuck J. Cole, fuck J. Cole. I told y'all. I'm not trying to be like some college Domus on here. Funny. But it's a formula, bro. It's a formula of this troll generation. You see dudes troll for attention now. What you think Kanye is doing? When he mentioned his Smokepurpp now. When he doing his stuff with Trump. Niggas don't get it though. Niggas don't get it, man. Niggas say he MK all that. Possibly. Allegedly. Feel me? Possibly. It's probable. It's very probable. But his responses are to J. Cole because J. Cole dissed him in that False Prophet song for his 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 MK handler, the camel in the 3-piece suit, aka Jay-Z. That's what he did it for. It's not because he feels as if Kanye is a false prophet. No, it's because Kanye spoke out against, that whole liberal thing, and he pushes for people to have individuality with his rant. But yet people acting like they forgot that. This is the same individual. He liable to speak out at any moment and y'all love him again because he's being an individual. See, people look at people and they worship the fact that they able to speak out because it's something that they wish as if they were able to do. They're scared to speak out. When you look at like individuals that's locked up for life in jails and shit, a lot of them individuals felt as if when put in situations they have to do things for money, they start robbing and killing when they can't find a job, or they lose a job and then the rent is due and they have 2 kids or something, and they set people up with Craigslist ads and kill them for money and all that shit. Stick up liquor stores and kill the clerk. All that shit, bro. Because guess what? In their mind, money is over everything. Money is a dire thing to have. Individuals don't want to be on the street. You know, this society pushes for you to have things. So for an individual to be like, you know what? It's not like we can't own any land. Who is to say the government owns any land? People should be able to be like in Africa, or certain parts of Africa, I should say. They have villages, right? Are they paying rent in them villages? Are they? No. They live there. They build their houses from the ground up. It's a community. So what does American society push for? Ownership, control. The whole world is about control. Control of your mind. I tell individuals all the time, with this net schmoosh reality, you know what I'm saying, net neutrality, I try not to say the word on purpose. But with that going on, I'm downloading everything I can on several hard drives, external hard drives. I got a lot of knowledge on here. And I'm just seeing how it's going. Of course, you know, it's not going to happen tomorrow. But you always have to be prepared. That's what I keep pushing for individuals to realize. It's not a game, bro. It's not a game. And I just like, sometimes I be holding back from doing videos. Because sometimes you know what I'm saying, you just scope things out for a while. And you just watch things play out. I don't have time to, you know what I'm saying, go back and forth with individuals about, you know, minuscule things. But you should see the bigger picture is all I'm saying. You should see the bigger picture. You know how many words I can get on here and break down the etymology for and prove to y'all that y'all living in this matrix system? You know how many times I can do that? It would be endless. And I know pseudo stuff. But what's the point? I'm realizing how the people are, so I'm reacting to how the people move on here. Or just, you know, reading people's emotions. Basically. So, yeah. I ain't got nothing else to say. You know what I'm saying? Regarding this hip-hop stuff, actually, I do. Somebody had mentioned to me the Whoa Vicky diss. I had mentioned that in a previous video in which was deleted. But it's once again, you know, an example of this troll stuff that's going on. Not to pay too much attention to it, but it's bigger things going on. It's bigger things going on than calling Kanye a coon. The people that's trying to call Kanye a coon are the same people that own Gucci. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about own Gucci shoes, Gucci shirts, shit like that. I might own that too, but guess what? I'm not out here calling motherfuckers coons though. Not for, you know, supporting what they believe in their political ideologies. You know what I'm saying? They both wings of the same bird. How about we talk about that? The same individuals that are talking down on Kanye are the same individuals that date white women, marry white women, have kids with white women, have sex with white women, and don't see no problem with it. These are the same individuals who promote killing, you feel me, of other black men. Kanye don't do that. Who are you to talk down on Kanye? That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm fucking saying, bro. That shit just don't make sense to me. It don't. Nigga can support whoever the fuck he want to support when it comes to that political BS. It don't matter to me. Because the whole time we got killers and molesters in the black community. We got dysfunction going on. How many people been to family reunions the past 2-3 years? How many people? Matter of fact, the past 5 years, how many black people? You been to any family reunions deep in the South? Matthews, Johnson, Williams, Jackson. You feel me? You been to any? You know what I'm saying? John Jones, Williamson. Where y'all at? These are the last names we got. Those the ones that was regular in high school. You know. But yeah, answer that. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying, bro. Niggas talking all this. We got bigger things going on. The school to prison pipeline is active. It's active for real. And they got youngins coming in the system constantly, not knowing what's going on, not knowing the situation at all. No guidance. They signing deals. He's 17, been in there since 15 years old. They got him for a robbery charge or something. They offer him 15 up top. His lawyer gonna tell him sign it. They offer him 15 and a half at 85%. Him having no guidance, nobody to call to on a mother that don't know nothing about the law system or nothing. No father around, no uncles. That nigga gonna sign it. Even though the charge that he has, he should have got 6 years and would have been out in less than 4. But now he doing 15. This the type of shit that's going on because he signed a done deal. They doing that to youngins purposely. But y'all don't know that. People acting like these aren't real problems. But yeah, we focusing on, come on now, bro. Come on now, my nigga. Like, what? What do people want to talk about on here? Want to fake the funk, you feel me? Niggas want to fake the funk, that's all it is. Shit crazy. Girls being corrupted at a young age, we can talk about that. I seen it too many times. I knew, man, look, I lived in Phoenix, Arizona at one point in time, bro. There was this one girl, right? I ain't finna mention too much on here. I was young too. I was like 12. No, I was 13 years old. She was 13. And my cousin used to talk to her. My cousin 13, he a man. He a boy, I mean to say. And he stopped messing with her. You know, he had just moved down to, you know, where we were staying at from another place because his mom was getting beat on by her boyfriend who used to do PCP back in the 80s. And he used to have these little spaz out syndromes where you see nothing but red, you know what I'm saying? And just spaz the fuck out. So, with that going on, he meet this girl, he think it's all good until he realized that she getting pimped out. She a prostitute. And she a gangbanger. She with them little Arizona Crips. They, you know what I'm saying? I ain't finna say too much on here, but compared to LA, that shit was corny. You know what I'm saying? But you know, she was hanging with them and they was pimping her out, little 15, 16-year-olds. And I was like, damn. I mean, he stopped fucking with her completely, but I seen that and then I knew other things too. This is all black people too. All black people. And I'm just realizing that it's a lot of things that ain't being addressed. Nobody talking about them. Nobody. It's fucking crazy, bro. So yeah, man, I ain't really got nothing else to say. I keep saying that because I'm trying to find something else to talk about, just to get it out there so I could just get it off my mind and don't have to think about the shit no more. Not think about the shit no more, but just temporarily like get it out there so people understand its repetitiveness. I've said all of this before in previous videos. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gone, man. I'm gone.